Hey guys, this is a quick little super fast tutorial on how to start and manage your radio show. We're going to start with how to log on to the studio computer. You're going to go ahead and look at the information on the computer right there. It has the password and username. You're going to make sure it's the right username, type it in, and then you'll be all good to go. Once everything loads up, you're going to go ahead and open Audacity. Audacity is our software recording program, and then if you're doing a radio show like mine, you can go ahead and open Spotify. Shameless self-promo, I'm going to go ahead and go to my Spotify profile, but you're able to go to any artist or profile you want, go to any playlist to play just about anything. So before starting your show, we're going to go and show you how you should set up the board. So you're going to start with mics 1 and 2. The other 3 are ones that we're not going to use for this semester since we only have 2 hosts on each show. So to make sure each mic is recording, you're going to go ahead and push the sliders up for mic 1 and 2. Again, if it's just you, you only need 1 mic. So a general rule of thumb is where you want to place the slider. You're going to go ahead and look. There's a little U right kind of towards the top, a little towards the middle, and that's generally where you want to have it, but then you can go ahead and mess with it as you start recording. You can also go ahead and mute each mic. At the top, there's a little mute button. You push it down, and that mic's muted. You're also able to slide in and out if you want to have a slow transition into music or into your voice, or however you want to do it. If you're going to do a radio show like mine, you're going to want to make sure that the PC slider is up. This makes sure that whatever music, whether it's through Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube, is being recorded through the PC and onto the audio track as well. This goes the same for if you're playing music through your phone. You're going to make sure the iPod is on. Basically, the rest of the board we don't use. We don't really use the DJ slider. For the most part, the PC and the iPhone ones are what you need to use. These are the volume knobs. This one controls the speaker in the control room, so you're able to hear the music you're playing or what you're saying. And then this one's for headphones, which you're able to plug in right here. We have an aux cord. If you have an Android, you can use that. If not, we have a dongle for iPhones. So you can go ahead and plug it in like you would any other headphones. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to choose who you want to call.
Hello?
Hey! Make sure when you're calling them that they are not on speakerphone, or else it will not play through the speakers that we have here in the studio. So to use your phone, you're going to want to make sure it's plugged in, and then you're going to go over here and turn on mic 1 so that your audio is being recorded, as well as the iPod button so that their audio is also being picked up. And in order to hear it through the control room so you can have the conversation, you're just going to use that as the volume. Again, you're not going to have it on speaker, you're just going to be listening through the studio speakers. So to start recording your show, you're going to hit the record button right here, and then this timeline will pop up. This is where you can see your actual audio track. So as you can see, since the mics are on, you start to see little peaks, but they're not super loud. So you're going to go over and make sure it's on with a little tap. You can see that when you do that, they have little peaks, but it's still not very loud. This is when you would go over to the sliders, and if it's too low, you're going to raise it, or if it's too loud, you can also lower it. So if you want to go ahead and play music during your show, you're going to want to make sure that the PC slider is all the way up so that it's recording whatever music you're playing through the computer. And then you're going to go ahead and open Spotify. You can go to any playlist or track that you want, hit play, and it starts. And then you can see it's being picked up here. Again, when you lower it, you can see the peaks get so much smaller. And then if you put it too high, you'll start to see it peaking, and that's not what you want. Now when you're ready to stop, you press the stop button right here. So this is a multi-track system, meaning that you can have 2 audio tracks at once. You can go ahead and hit record again, and it'll begin recording another track simultaneously with the original one that was recorded. And then if you wanted to get rid of any track, you can go ahead and see that there's a tiny X right in the top left corner. You just click that and it gets rid of it. Just a little example of how it works. You're going to make sure that mic 1 is up, and then you can go ahead and talk into it. WPAW is so great and I love it! And as you can see, it was picked up, and if you want to go back and play it, you just hit pause, make sure the PC slider is up so you can hear it through the speakers. WPAW is so great and I love it! Now to show you how to save your audio, you're going to go ahead and you want to export it. You want to make sure you don't hit save as or save, because that saves it as an Audacity file, and you want it exported. So go ahead and click export. You're going to go ahead and you're going to click computer. When you go to computer, you're going to see that we have the hard drive, and that's where we save all of our Audacity and anything related to the radio show on there. So you can see a little folder that says Save All Radio Shows here, and you're going to go ahead and click that. If it's your first time, you can go make a folder with your radio show or podcast name. And then you're going to name your file, whatever it may be. So episode 1, 2, 3, however you'd like to do that. And then these are all the formats you're able to save it in. However, we mostly just use MP3. And then you're going to go ahead and hit save. Now this pops up. You can put in any information you want. I typically just put the year so that I know when it was made, but it's up to you. And then just hit OK, and it goes and saves. So now to go ahead and check and make sure that it was saved, you're going to go to WPAW from the Finder, go to the hard drive that you saved it to, go ahead and open that folder where the radio shows are, your specific radio shows folder, and then there it'll be. Now before exiting out of Audacity, it's going to ask you if you want to save. You can just go ahead and hit no if you made sure that the MP3 file was saved to your folder, unless you plan on going ahead and editing it later on, which in case you can save it, but mostly you don't. Now, to upload it to our SoundCloud, you're going to go ahead and open up Google Chrome. The computer's really old. We're working on getting a new one, so just bear with it for the time being. So we do have a SoundCloud bar right at the top. You're going to go ahead and click it. It should open up right to our SoundCloud profile. However, if it doesn't, there is our login credentials posted around the studio, so you can go ahead and check there. You can click Upload right at the top of the screen. So you can go and open up the folder to drag the file in, or you can go ahead and upload it right from the site itself. This is where you go ahead and upload your picture. Most shows have their own photo so that you can distinguish it and also advertise it on our Instagram. This is mine, for example, just so you guys can see how you do that. And then you're going to want to title it something interesting and fun. Typically that is the name of your show as well as the episode, but go ahead and get creative with it, whatever you feel is right. There's also a place to put genre if you do music, and there's also a place to put topics if you have podcasts. You can also throw in a few hashtags on there so it can get a little bit more traction on SoundCloud, whatever you think is relevant to your particular show. And then you can go ahead and write a description. This just shows listeners what the specific episode may be about. Typically, when you're all done, you're going to go down here and hit save, but because this is a trash file that we were just using for an example, we're not actually going to upload it. But typically, that's how you do it, and then you can go back and listen to your own show. So now that we're done and we're in COVID times, we're going to show you how to end it. You're going to go ahead and make sure Audacity and anything else may be closed, and you're going to take our WPAW provided hand wipes, and you're going to open it up and get yourself a nice new wipe and just sanitize anything you may have touched. So you're going to wipe down that keyboard, nice and clean. Same thing with the mouse or anything that you may have touched, such as the mic, the light switch. Also, although it does say it on the form that you guys filled out as well as in the studio, we also ask that you keep your masks on at all times. And while you're at it cleaning the board, just make sure that all the sliders are down or turned off. So when you're done with your show, you're going to take a nice look around, make sure you didn't leave anything and you're all logged out. You're going to shut off the light and make sure you shut the door and latch it behind you. Alright, that's it. I hope you guys learned something new today and are able to start your radio shows now. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or Emily. Our numbers are up in the studio and you should be good to go. Happy recording!